It is said that every place has a soul. A memory, but what happens when that memory is one of violence? When the very soil you walk on is soaked not just with rain, but with promises broken and kingdoms drowned in blood? Cultural folklore suggests that the spirits of a land do not forget, they wait, they whisper, and sometimes, they answer. This is not a ghost story in the simple sense, this is the story of a paradise, and the hidden tragedy that forged it into a kingdom of spirits. That we are exploring the myth of Okinawa, a land where the line between the living and the dead is the thinnest of veils. This is the story of the Ryukyu Kingdom's downfall, and the chilling truth that its gods never left. They just started speaking in a different tongue. To understand the terror, you must first understand the beauty. The story goes that the Ryukyu Islands were a sacred garden, a kingdom uniquely attuned to the spiritual world. Here, the divine was not in grand temples, but in the quiet places. In the groves of gnarled trees known as utaki, in the freshwater springs called gushiku. Legend has it that if you stand in an utaki like this one, you can feel it. The air is thicker, the silence has a weight. This is where the kami, the spirits, resided, and the people, they spoke to them, through women known as Noros and Yutas, shamans who were the bridge between this world and the next. The Ryukyu Kingdom was a theocracy, ruled as much by priestesses as by kings. It was a delicate balance. A harmony. This was their strength, but it would also be their greatest vulnerability, because harmony is fragile. And from the north, a storm was gathering. A storm that did not believe in spirits, only in power. The year is 1609. The story goes that the Ryukyu Kingdom was prosperous, a trading hub between giants. But it was militarily weak. Their faith was in their gods and their diplomacy. The Shimazu clan of Satsuma, however, had faith in the sword. The invasion was a shock. A nightmare made real. The samurai of Satsuma did not just conquer the land, they sought to conquer the soul. The king was captured, the royal government was made a puppet, and the sacred, the spiritual heart of Ryukyu, it was targeted. This was the big event, the moment that changed everything. It wasn't just a political annexation, it was a spiritual amputation. The kingdom was forced to pay a dual tribute to both China and Japan, bleeding the land dry. The Noros and Yutas were pushed to the margins, the harmony was shattered, the gods of Ryukyu were told they were no longer welcome in their own home. This is where the known becomes scary. The kingdom fell, but the story goes that the spirits did not. They retreated deeper into the groves, into the collective memory of the people. And a new, darker folklore began to grow. It is said that the trauma of the invasion, the centuries of quiet subjugation, birthed a different kind of spirit, not benevolent kami, but restless, sorrowful ghosts. Yutastide will tell you, though they are often reluctant, that the most persistent spirits they encounter are not from individual deaths, but from the collective tragedy, the sorrow of a lost kingdom. They speak of hearing whispers in the utaki that speak an ancient tongue, of feeling a profound collective grief that hangs over the islands like a fog. This is the plausible nightmare, that history itself can become a ghost. So, what is the truth? Is Okinawa haunted by the ghosts of its past? The easy answer is yes, but the deeper truth is far more unsettling. The real terror isn't that the spirits are angry, the terror is that the tragedy never ended. The story goes that the Ryukyu Kingdom's downfall was the first act in a repeating nightmare. In 1945, Okinawa became Japan's sacrifice again in a war it did not start.
Whoa, are you still here? Not hidden under the blanket yet? Then hit that like button and share this video with a friend who swears they're not scared. until they hear this part. Every click keeps Darkhour Diaries alive, bringing ye terrifying true stories, disturbing encounters, and chilling mysteries. Ye know, the stuff that keeps ye sleeping with the lights on. Now, back to the nightmare.
And today, a disproportionate number of foreign military bases occupy this small island, a haunting echo of foreign domination. The lingering mystery is not if the spirits are real. The twist is that they might be a symptom, not the cause. They are the land's screaming memory, a warning written in folklore. The true horror is that we are living inside the same story of conquest and resistance that began in 1609. The kingdom fell, but the conflict for the soul of Okinawa is a ghost that is still very, very much alive. So, we are left with a question that cultural folklore suggests we are afraid to ask: when does a history become a haunting? And when does a repeated trauma become a curse? The story of the Ryukyu spirits may be a legend, but the lesson to be learned is terrifyingly real. Some wounds are so deep they scar not just the land, but the very fabric of time itself. And those scars, they have a voice. The past is never dead. It's not even past.
Thanks for watching. Hit that like button and share this video with someone who loves a good scare. Every tap and share helps us bring ye more terrifying true stories, disturbing encounters, and chillin' mysteries. Tales designed to keep ye up at night. This is Darkhour Diaries, where your nightmares find a voice. Arr!